In this video, I am going to show you how to move your grade calculations from your first semester last year to your first semester this year. What you're going to do is you are going to click on the menu, go to Gradebook, go to Grade Sheet. And it's going to bring up your first period, or if you haven't gone in and looked at anything, it'll have your class list. I've been kind of looking around, so that was the last grade sheet that I looked at. So you're going to click on your first period grade sheet. You're going to go to Settings. Once your settings pull up, click on Grade Calculations. Now, if we wanted to set up new grade calculations, there's a whole nother video on how to set up your grade calculations and copy it to all of your 6 weeks. But because we are setting up grade calculations based on last year's gradebook, you are going to click on Copy Gradebook Settings from other or two other classes. You're going to click on Historical. Go down here to Past Gradebooks to copy from. Select your first one. This particular teacher, all of her classes were set up with the same grade calculations, so I can select the first one. If the very first one in your list is not the one you want, then you need to choose the one you want. You just use the drop-down menu. If you have multiple types of classes, maybe you teach 2 different types of classes, you would choose the class that you are working on first and select that grade book that you are pulling from. Then you're going to click Next. And on this screen, we are going to make sure to click on Copy Grade Calculations and click Next. And sometimes this takes a moment. You can just watch the little blue line. It'll tell you how it's doing. Now, here are all of the classes for this semester. I don't want my second semester classes. I just want my first semester classes. So the easiest thing to do is click Sync to Classes and then go unclick the B's so that you are only copying to your first semester classes. And I think this is all of them. So all I have are my first semester classes clicked. So now I'm going to click Next. And then that's going to bring up another menu. And in this menu, we want to take what was in our first semester and place it into the destination of the next semester. Now, we have to delete out these right here because that will give us an error. So we're going to come down here and just click on these and hit delete. You're going to go through and do that for all of them. I'll show you the error that you get if you don't do that. Give me just a second to get all of these deleted out. I'm going to pause the video just for a second while I'm doing this. All right, I'm going to leave this last one just like it is, and I'm going to click Next so you can see the error that you're going to get. It says one error was encountered. You can fix this error and click Next again or click Cancel, and that is the error. And right here, it says match the grade columns from the source section to the destination grade column, and then it tells you SE1 and SE1 are incompatible. SE1 is tied to a specific category. So we can't put anything in there. So we're just going to delete that out. And I go ahead and delete out the S1 here. So now if I click Next, should move everything over. It may take a moment. Remember, Skyward does put you in a little processing queue. And once the number starts, it does go quickly, but I'm going to go ahead and pause. Now, once the process is finished running, you will see your grade calculations have been, or grade category weights have been moved over to all of your 6 weeks. So we're going to click Next. And then we click Run Process. And again, Skyward does take a few minutes for it to run its processes. So once it's done running the process, it will give you a message. See, it just takes a minute, and it'll tell you that all of the grade calculation were copied over successfully. You can click close. Now, when your processes are done, you can see that there is a down arrow on each of these. If you want to check to make sure that they're correct, you can click. Notice here you have your assessment and your grades daily. You can click on each one and you have the correct information. If you want to check to make sure that all of your classes do have the same exact settings, you would come up here, change it to another class. So let's go look at 4th period. Click on grade calculation. And when it comes up, you can see that your grade calculations are already copied over, and you do not have to do it for each of your classes. If you have any questions, please let your tech liaison know or your gradebook manager.